व्रजा शयतु इंदिरा शश्वदत्रहि जयति तेधिकम् जन्मना व्रजा शयति इंदिरा शश्वदत्रहि जयति तेधिकम् जन्मना व्रजा शयतु इंदिरा शश्वदत्रहि दैत्युदृशिता दिक्षुतावुका वैधृता सवा त्वां विचिन्वते दैत्युदृशिता दिक्षुतावुका वैधृता सवा त्वां विचिन्वते शरदुदासये साधु जातु सरसिजोदरा श्रीमुषादृशा शरदुदासये साधु जातु सरसिजोदरा श्रीमुषादृशा सुरत्नातुते शुल्कदासिका वरधुनिघ्नातो नेहा किंवधा सुरत्नातुते शुल्कदासिका वरध्वनिघ्नातो नेहा किंवधा विसजलापया व्यालिराक्षसा वर्षुमारुता वैद्युतानुला विसजलापया व्यालिराक्षसा वर्षुमारुता वैद्युतानुला वृषमयात्मजा विश्रुतो भया वृषभूते वयं रक्षितामः वृषमयात्मजा विश्रुतो भया वृषभूते वयं रक्षितामः तव कथामृतम् तप्तु जीवनम् कविभिरीडितम् कल्मषापहम् तव कथामृतम् तप्तु जीवनम् कविभिरीडितम् कल्मषापहम् श्रवणमङ्गलम् श्रीमदाततम् भुवि गृह्णन्ति ते भूरिदा जना श्रवणमङ्गलम् श्रीमदत्तम् भुवि गृह्णन्ति ते भूरिदा जना तव कथामृतम् तप्तु जीवनम् कविभिरीडितम् कल्मषापहम् श्रवणमङ्गलम् श्रीमदत्तम् भुवि गृह्णन्ति ते भूरिदा जना हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय गुरुदेवा 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 जय गुरुदेवा जय कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम जय राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा श्याम सुंदर राधे जय राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा श्याम सुंदर राधे जय राधे जय राधे जय राधे जय राधे जय गौरानिताई 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 जय गौरानिताई जय गौरानिताई 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 जय गौरानिताई ताई गौरे हरिबो 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 जब मिष्टपाद परमहंस प्रभुराजी का आचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्रेष्ठ श्रीमद कृष्ण कृपा श्रीमूर्ति ऐसे भक्तिमान महाराज श्री प्रभुपाद की जय श्री श्री गौरताई की जय श्री श्री कृष्ण बलराम की जय श्री श्री राधा श्याम सुंदर की जय श्री श्री ललिता विशाखा श्री वृंद की जय श्री श्री राधा गोकुलानंद जी की जय श्री श्री राधा लंदनेश्वर जी की जय जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माई की जय गंगा माई जमुना माई की जय तुलसी महारानी की जय श्री श्री जन्माष्टमी महामहोत्सव की जय हिताय गौर प्रमानंदे हरि हरि बोल all glories to the Samala devotees, all glories to the Samala devotees, all glories to the Samala devotees, all glories to Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Sri Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaim Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye. Kasturi Tilakam Lalati Patile Vakshastale Kaustubham Nasagre Varmoktikam Kartale Venu Kare Kankanam Sarvange Harichandanam Sulalitam Kanthe Chamuktavali Gopastri Pariveshito Vijayate Gopali Chudamani. Shri Shri Radha Shyam Sundar Ki Jai. So in the run-up of Janmashtami Mahotsav coming up on Monday, we are going to discuss the auspicious nature of Krishna's divine birth and pastimes. So we'll make a start from the description of the gopis, how they describe Krishna's birth and pastimes. So who can describe Krishna's birth and pastimes better than the gopis? So we'll hear their description and then move on to today's discussion. Gopya uchuh jayati tedhikam janmanam ruja shayate indira shashwadatrihi dayati drishyatam ikshutavikas tvai dhrita savas ham vichinmate. Translation is, the gopi said, "O beloved, your birth in the land of which has made it exceedingly glorious. And thus Indira, the goddess of fortune, always resides there. It is only for your sake that we, your devoted servants, maintain our lives. We have been searching everywhere for you, so please show yourself to us." I'm just going to read the translation of the verses that we chanted. The second verse is, Sharadudashaye sadhu yatasar sarasi jodara srimashadusha surat nathite shulkadasika varad nignato neha kimvadha. O Lord of love, in beauty your glance excels the whole of the finest, most perfectly formed lotus within the autumn pond. O bestower of benedictions, you are killing the maidservants who have given themselves to you freely, without any price. Isn't this murder? Third verse. Vishjalapyad Vyalarakshasad Varshmarutad Vedyatanalad Vishmayatmajad Vishrito Bhayad Rishabde Vayam Rakshita Muhu. O greatest of personalities, you have repeatedly saved us from all kinds of danger, from poisoned water, from the terrible man-eater Agha, from the great rains, from the wind demon, from the fiery thunderbolt of Indra, from the bull demon, and from the son of Mayadana. So now we move on to Taukathamrita, famous verse. Taukathamritam tapta jivanam kabibhiriditam kalmashapaham Shamanamangalam Srimadattatam Bhuvigrantite Bhuridajana. The nectar of your words and the descriptions of your activities are the life and soul of those suffering in this material world. These narrations, transmitted by learned sages, eradicate one's sinful reactions and bestow good fortune upon whoever hears them. These narrations are broadcast all over the world and are filled with spiritual power. Certainly, those who spread the message of Godhead are most munificent. So this was the gopis' description of Krishna's birth and pastimes. And if we just look at the very first verse of the 31st chapter of 10th canto, Jayati tedhakam janmana brija shayat indira shashwadatrihi dayati drishtatam dikshutavkas vedhata savas pam vichinvate. So here the gopis are describing the supranatural pastimes of Krishna's birth and the divinity of his appearance. How is it described? They say, Jayati Tedhikam Janmana Brija. Since Krishna has taken birth, goddess of fortune is permanently residing in Gokul Brij. So this is the attraction for goddess of fortune, that she is a consort of the Lord who resides on the chest of Vishnu. But because Krishna has taken birth in Gokul Brij, so goddess of fortune has taken permanent residence in Shridham Vrindavan. And this is the reality because Mahalakshmi is still performing austerities in Vrindavan. So gopis are saying, the gopis said, "O beloved, your birth is in the land of Brij. Your birth in the land of Brij has made it exceedingly glorious." And thus Indira, the goddess of fortune, always resides there. And it is only for your sake that we, your devoted servants, maintain our lives. So these are verses from Ras Panchadhyay, which is considered the heart of Krishna, or which is considered the most important teachings, narrations of Srimad Bhagavatam, the Gopis' song of separation. So in that song of separation, first of all, the gopis are describing the auspicious nature of Krishna's appearance in the land of Vrindavan. And it is so that even goddess of fortune, who resides in the heart, on the chest of Lord Vishnu, is now taking permanent residence in Vrindavan. So goddess of fortune is attracted to come and reside in Vrindavan. And what is she doing there? She is residing there with the hope that one day she will get the mercy, the favor of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Nandanandan, Yashodanandan, Brajendranandan, Sri Krishna. That is her motive to reside in Vrindavan. Another motive she has is that one day, by good fortune, now her name is Goddess of Fortune, Mahalakshmi. So Goddess of Fortune is looking for fortune in Vrindavan. This is amazing. Goddess of Fortune feels bereft of fortune, so now she is looking for good fortune to be bestowed upon her in the land of Vrindavan. And because Krishna has taken birth, she thinks that her desire will be fulfilled in Vrindavan. So this is the nature of Krishna's birth, the auspicious nature of Krishna's birth. So how can Krishna's birth be a material? It cannot be. Janma karma chametu yam yovam yovitti tattvatah tyaktva deham punarjanma nati mamiti swarja. Krishna himself is confirming in this famous verse of Bhagavad Gita that his birth and his pastimes are divyam. They are transcendental. They are beyond the jurisdictions of three modes of material nature. They are beyond the miseries that are suffered by conditioned souls. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, Dukkha Doshanudarshana. So these are dukkha's. These are counted amongst miseries of life. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. So when Krishna is taken birth, he is not going through the miseries of life as conditioned souls. And this has been confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna says, Ajopi sannavyatma bhutanam ishwaropi san prakritim swamadhisthaya sambhavami atma mayaya. So here Krishna is saying Ajopi, that he is unborn. Ajopi san. And then he is saying Avyayat, inexhaustible. So Krishna is unborn and he is inexhaustible. So then somebody may say that this description also applies to conditioned souls. So then what's the difference between Krishna being unborn and a conditioned soul is also unborn? Because this is what Krishna says, Na jayati mrityeva kadachin nayam bhavata vana bhuya nayam bhuta bhavata vana bhuya ajopi. So Krishna is also describing the Atma, his spirit soul, Shashyotyam Purano, Nahanitya Hanumani Shariri. So the spirit soul is also indestructible and unborn. But in this particular verse of 4th chapter, Krishna is saying, Bhutanam Ishwarapisam, that he is the Ishwar, the controller of all living beings. In the second line, it becomes more clear when the Lord says, Prakritim Samadhisthaya Sambhavami Atmaya. That Krishna appears through the agency of his Prakriti, of his own internal potency. He appears. So Krishna appears, just like the sun appears. Kunti Maharani is also confirming in the first canto. So Kunti Maharani knows that Krishna, being the Supreme Personality of Godhead, although acting like her nephew, but is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And in her famous prayers, she has confirmed this fact. Namasya pursam tvadyam. So I offer my obeisances to pursam tvadyam. Ishwaram prakriti param. So Krishna is to Adya Purusha, as Brahmaji also says in Brahma Samhita. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachit Anand Vigraha Anadi Adir Govinda Sarva Karan Karan. So coming back to fourth chapter verse, Ajopisan Vyatma Bhutanam Ishvara Visan Krudam Samadhishtaya Sambhavami Atmaya. No living being, no conditioned soul can say that I appear the agency of my own internal energy. Nobody can say that. Because in the material nature, millions and millions of living entities are forced to take birth. We don't come by our own sweet will. People are forced to take birth. And material energy is so powerful that there's nobody who can surpass this material energy. Very powerful. Devi hi sagunamayi mama maya duratya. Mame prabhadyante mayamitam tarantite. So this is the auspicious nature of Krishna's birth. That goddess of fortune has come to Vrindavan to get good fortune. So Krishna brings good fortune even to the goddess of fortune. And anyone who hears of Krishna's birth and his pastimes, then the Lord says, Tyaktva deham punarjanmanati mameti swarja. That having given up material body, such a person never takes birth again, and he comes back to me. So if by simply hearing of Krishna's birth and his pastimes, one can become liberated, then what to say of Krishna being transcendental? So Krishna is transcendental beyond any doubt. So we'll take a couple of more verses. In other verses that we have been singing earlier on, Krishna's pastimes have been described by the gopis, many pastimes. So let's have a look. So verse number 2 or 3. So just read the verse number 2 and 3. Sharad Dashay Sadhu Yatsa Sarasi Jodara Simashadusha Surat Natite Shulka Dashika Varad Nigdhito Neha Kimvada. O Lord of love, in beauty your glance excels the whole of the finest, most perfectly formed lotus within the autumn pond. Bestower of benedictions. You are killing the maidservants who have given themselves to you freely, without any price. Isn't this murder? So this is Gopi's song of separation. Gopis, in their highest ecstasy, are singing this song. So what we see from this verse is Krishna's beauty compared to the lotus flower. So why lotus flower? Because lotus flower brings auspiciousness. It brings good fortune to the devotees. And lotus flower is also the most beautiful object in the material world. And therefore, it is used for comparing Krishna's beauty. So Krishna's beauty is compared with certain objects. So lotus flower is one of them, and the moon is another of them. So Krishna Chandra. And then Krishna's limbs, various limbs are compared to lotus flower. Similarly, moon is also used as a simile to compare Krishna's beauty. It's like Nakchandra, Krishna's nails compared to moons. Then Krishna's face is compared to moon. Similarly, different limbs of Krishna's body are also compared to lotus flower. Kararvindena, Padarvindam, Mukharvindena, Vinaveshayantam, Vatasya Patrasya, Puteshayanam, Valam Mukundam, Manasasmara. Kararvindena, Padarvindam, Mukharvindena, Vinaveshayantam, Vatasya Patrasya, Puteshayanam, Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. Kararavindena Padarvindam. Mukharavindena Vinaveshayantam. So we see that Krishna's different transcendental limbs are being compared here with lotus. Kararavindena, Krishna's lotus hand. Padaravindam, so Krishna's lotus feet. Mukharavindena, so Krishna's lotus mouth. So this way we see that lotus flower and moon are the object by which Krishna's beauty is compared to. They are used as similes. So in this verse, we see various pastimes of the Lord described here. Visjalapyad, Vyalarakshasad, Varshamarutad, Veditanalat, Vishmayatmajad, Vishchuto Bhayad, Rishabte Vayam Rakshitamuku. O greatest personalities, you have repeatedly saved us from all kinds of danger, from poisoned water, from the terrible man-eater Agha, from the great rains, from the wind demon, from the fiery thunderbolt of Indra, from the bull demon, and from the son of Mayadhana. So various pastimes of the Lord are being remembered here by the gopis. In Nand Maharaj's court, Nand Maharaj has a court because he is the king of Braj, Brajendra Nanda. Munindra Vrinde Vandite Loka Shoka Harani. So, Brajendra Nanda, Sri Krishna, is son of Nanda Maharaj. Nanda Maharaj is the king of Braj, Brajendra. And Krishna is known as Brajendra Nandan, Sri Krishna. So in the court of Nanda Maharaj, there are two amazing singers. They are court singers. In ancient times, the kings used to keep court singers. And these singers were extremely talented. They were Ashu Kavi, and they could compose a poetry, a song, according to the mood of the king, and sing it very beautifully. So they were skilled in poetry and singing. Nanda Maharaj also has two singers. Their names were Snigdhakant and Madhukant. Snigdhakant and Madhukant, and both of them had very sweet voice. Both were brothers. Sinigdukant had a very sweet, smooth voice. Madhukant also had very sweet and smooth voice. So both of these singers went to Nand Maharaj's court, and then they started singing the glories of Krishna's birth. So both brothers are questioning each other. One brother is saying to other, Sinigdukant saying to Madhukant, "Oh my brother, can you tell me how did the Supreme Personality of Godhead become the son of Nanda Maharaj and Mother Yashoda?" Madhukant and Sinigdukant are sharing, narrating Krishna's birth. So Madhukant said to my brother, one day Nand Maharaj returned from the court and he found that Yashoda Rani, the queen of Braj, is sitting in a melancholic mood. She's hanging her head and she's shedding tears. So Nanda Maharaj became very anxious. She asked Mata Yashoda, she asked Yashoda Rani, what happened? Why are you so upset? What has upset you? Yashoda Maya said that I'm now almost middle age and I've got no progeny, no son. So all the women of my age have children, but I haven't been so fortunate. So I feel that my life has become useless. Nanda Maharaj pacified Yashoda Rani. He said, don't worry, I will ask the Brahmanas what to do. And tomorrow I'll go to the court and ask all the qualified Brahmanas and saintly people what to do to get a son. Nand Maharaj went to the court again, and that day, then Yogamaya, who takes the form of Purnamasi, they came to the court of Nand Maharaj. Nand Maharaj worshipped her, and then she blessed Nand Maharaj. She asked Nand Maharaj, why are you so anxious? So Nand Maharaj said that yesterday I found that Yashoda Rani is very upset because she hasn't got a son, a progeny. So please help us and bless us. So Purnamasi said, sure. I'm going to tell you a vrata. And if you perform this ceremony for 1 year, then surely you will get a divine son. Nand Maharaj became very encouraged. He said, yes, please tell us. So Purnamasi said that you should do Dwadashi Vrata. Sometimes in the scripture we find Ekadashi Vrata also describes as Dwadashi Vrata because we break the fast on Dwadashi. So Purnamasi said that for 1 year, if you do Dwadashi Vrata, then with the blessings of the Supreme Lord, you will certainly get divine son. So Mother Yashoda, Nand Maharaj, Yashoda Rani, Nand Maharaj, both performed Ekadashi Vrat, Dwadashi Vrat for 1 year, very faithfully, very strictly, without water, with all the with all care, they performed the breath. So when the breath was about to finish, 1 year time, one day Mother Yashoda had a dream. In her dream, she saw that a very beautiful bluish color boy appeared, and he was calling her Maya. He was calling her Mata. Then he appeared in her heart. He entered her heart. She also saw that same boy then appeared as her son. He was born to her as her son. So Mother Yashoda was dreaming this. And this was the time in the morning, Brahma Muhurta. Immediately she got up, woke Nand Maharaj up, who was already awake. So Nand Maharaj said, "What happened? What happened? Shudarani, you look so happy today. You're bursting with bliss." She said, "Yes, there's something to tell you." He said, "What happened?" She said, I was dreaming that a bluish color with transcendental beauty. I cannot describe his beauty. He appeared in the sky and he was calling me Maya. Then he entered my heart and he was born to me as my son. Then Maharaj said, I had the same dream. I saw this bluish boy and then he entered my mind, he entered my heart, and then he appeared to us as our son. Then Maharaj said, Yashoda, I feel that an extraordinary personality is going to come as our son. So very soon this was confirmed that Mother Yashoda was pregnant. And then Maharaj became very, very jubilant. All the Brijavasis became very jubilant. And then on Janmashtami day, Krishna was born to Mother Yashoda, along with his sister Yogamaya. So Mother Yashoda gave birth to his son, her son, Yashodanandan Sri Krishna, and Yogamaya, a daughter. When Vasudeva came from Mathura, bringing Vasudeva Krishna, so Vasudeva ji saw that Mother Yashoda gave birth to a daughter. He could not see Brajendranandan Sri Krishna. What happened there? That Vasudeva Krishna entered into Brajendranandan Sri Krishna. But he remained incognito, unmanifest to Vasudeva ji. So Vasudeva ji only took Yogamaya, the daughter. And this way, Vasudeva Krishna and Brajendranandan Krishna merged together and performed many, many wonderful pastimes in Vrindavan, which the gopis are describing here. Visjalapyad, Vyalarakshasad, Varshamaratad, Vidyathanad, Vishmayatmajat, Vishrutabhyat, Rishabtivayam Rakshitamuhu. Dear Lord, O beloved Lord, you have time and time again saved us from so many calamities. So we have some 6 minutes left. I'm just going to narrate one more pastime, the very first pastime of Krishna's killing Putana. So here, Brajendranandan Sri Krishna has taken birth. In Mathura, Vasudeva Krishna has taken birth. So according to our Sampradaya, Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, we worship Brajendranandan Sri Krishna. And we consider that Vrijandanandan Krishna, Yashodanandan Krishna, is the origin of all the incarnations. So when Krishna is performing Madhurya Leela, amorous pastimes in Vrindavan, he performs as Vrijandanandan Krishna. Pastimes such as Maharaj, Govardhan Leela. But when Krishna is killing the demon, then he's killing as Vasudeva Krishna. So this killing is done by Vasudeva Krishna. And all these sweet Madhurya Leela, sweet pastimes are performed by Vrijandanandan Krishna. Some people might say that this is very confusing, but there's nothing confusing. For Krishna, it is possible. If Krishna can expand himself as 16,100 forms in Dwaraka, if Krishna can expand himself and unlimited millions of forms in Maharaj, is it difficult for Krishna to expand himself into two forms? As son of Nanda Maharaj and son of Vasudeva. So in the scriptures, we find Krishna being born to Mother Yashoda in Gopala Champu. We also find description in Garga Samhita. So Gaudiya Vaishnavas, they consider Krishna as son of Nanda Maharaj. Original Krishna is son of Nanda Maharaj. Although there is no difference between Vasudeva Krishna and Nandanandan Krishna, because they both Krishnas, both forms of Krishna become one in Sridham Vrindavan. So Kansa came to know, he came to suspect that there have been some celebration going on in Nandavraj. So he called the sister of Aghasur and Bakasur, Putana. There's a nice story related to Putna, but because we have short of time, so we will summarize. Putana was going around killing babies. This was the order of her master Kansa. So Putna had mystic powers. And these mystic powers made her very powerful. She could fly, although she used to live in the form of a Baki. Baki is Bagula. She is a Baki, crane, she crane. And Putna becomes very significant. This pastime is very, very significant. The reason being that in Srimad Bhagavatam, you find Maharaj Parikshit listening Bhagavatam from Shukdev Goswami, but we find that Shukdev Goswami became attracted to Krishna's pastimes by hearing about Krishna delivering Putana. Can you all see the verse here from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto?
Yes.
2nd
Yes, we can see
chapter,
the verse.
23. Yeah?
Yep.
Aho bakiyam stankalikutam jighansayapyayad apsadhavi lebhe gatim dhatriuchitam tatonyam kamva dayalum sharanam rajema. It's a very beautiful verse. Alas, how shall I take shelter of one more merciful than he who granted the poison, the position of mother to a she-demon, Putana? Although she was unfaithful, and she prepared deadly poison to be sucked from her breast. Kamva dayalum sharanam vrajem. Lebhe gatim dhatryuchitam tatonyam. Kamva dayalum sharanam vrajem. So who can be more merciful than the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who delivered a she-demon, although she had come to kill him, smearing deadly poison on her breasts. But the Lord not only struck her breast, which was offered to him as a mother, but he took her life and then delivered her from the demonic body and sent her to his eternal abode. So giving her the position of her original mother Yashoda. Nobody can become Yashoda, but she became one of the ladies in Goloka Vrindavan, motherly ladies who love the Lord as mothers, who serve the Lord as mothers. So there are many gopis who love Krishna as their son. So Putana got that position. So when Shukdev Goswami was born, he left home and Lord Vyasadeva was going behind him, calling him, "Oh son, please stop, come back, come back." But he did not come back. So Shukdev Goswami left home. Lord Vyasadeva tried to dissuade him, but he was unable to. So Lord Vyasadeva then came back to his ashram, and then he was contemplating how to get Shukdev Goswami back home. So he taught Srimad Bhagavatam to his disciples, and then he taught them this pastime of Putana's deliverance. He sent his disciples in the forest and asked them to sing this verse, this pastime. So when the disciples of Lord Vyasadeva were singing the pastime of Putanavat from Srimad Bhagavatam, immediately it attracted the attention of Shukdev Goswami, who was completely absorbed in Brahman. So after hearing the pastime, this verse, immediately Shukdev Goswami came home. Then he studied Srimad Bhagavatam from his divine father, Lord Vyasadeva. This is the power of this wonderful pastime, Putana's deliverance. So this is the first pastime. Putana comes to Vrindavan, and she had transformed herself as Lakshmi. So beautiful. Everyone who saw her was captivated by her beauty. She seemed innocent. She seemed full of love. She seemed gracious. And she looked so transcendental. She entered the palace of Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda, and Mata Rohini. They were all there. And she wanted to offer her breast to Mother Yashoda's transcendental divine son. Nobody could say anything because they thought, how could she be any harm to anybody? She's like Lakshmi. And she wants to offer her breast to the newborn baby. So they all allowed her. Mother Yashoda allowed her. But on her breast, she had smeared Kalakut Vish. Kalakut Vish is the most deadly poison which was drank by Lord Shiva at the time of the churning of the ocean. In the churning of ocean, first thing that came was Kalakut Vish. Alahal Vish. So this Kalakut Vish is the same category. That what to say of drinking? If anyone touches this poison, he will be burned and die. Such powerful poison. So that was smeared on her breast. And here we see in the words that we have read just now, Aho Bakiyam Stan Kalukutam Jighansaya Apyayat Apya Sadhvi. So Putna has been called as a Sadhvi. Sadhvi means saintly. Asadhvi means demoniac or unfaithful. So she was a Sadhvi. Why? Because she came as a mother. And she took this newborn child on her lap, breastfeed her. But her intention was to kill that child. Now you imagine that in Kali Yuga, how many Putnas are there? This Putna was actually better than some of the Kali Yuga Putnas. Because Putna wanted to kill somebody else's child. But in Kali Yuga, the mothers are killing their own child. And they call it freedom. And there are governments, like the UK government, that make a rule that up to 26 weeks, a mother can kill her child, and it is legal in this country. So this is very ironic in Kali Yuga. Nevertheless, when the Lord saw that Putna had come and she offered her breast to him, so he closed his eyes. Our Acharyas explain that Krishna closed her eye because thinking that you have come as a mother to feed me the breast milk. But how dare and how come you intend to kill me at the same time? What kind of mother are you? That you're breastfeeding me, but you want to kill me at the same time. So Krishna closed his eyes in shame. What a shameful mother you are. But at the same time, because Krishna is absolute, so no matter who touches Krishna, who comes in contact with Krishna, anyone who comes in contact with Krishna, with whatever mood, they will be delivered. So Krishna then sucked her breast, and Putna realized that this child is capable of killing the entire universe, destroying the entire universe. What to say of her? She became afraid. And then she wanted to run away. But Krishna did not leave her breast. Krishna hung on to her. And Putna then flew because she could fly and assumed her gigantic body. Krishna sucked her breast, and along with the breast, he sucked her life. So Putna became purified by Krishna's touch. And Maharaj was in Mathura that day. He had gone to Kansa to pay his tax. But he was feeling that something inauspicious is going to happen in Vrindavan. So he rushed to come to Vrindavan. And when they were coming to Vrindavan, they found that this 10-mile long Putna's gigantic body was lying there. Mother Yashoda, Mother Rohini, they all became horrified, lost their consciousness. Putna flew away, the young child, baby Krishna. But somehow, when Putna lost her life, then she fell to the ground dead, and Krishna was still on her breast. So the Gopas went and got Krishna and gave him to Mother Yashoda. Mother Yashoda became happy as if her life has come back. And she was praying to Lord Vishnu and praying for Krishna's safety. By that time, Nand Maharaj came and he heard the event. So he confirmed, he said that actually I was feeling that something inauspicious is going to happen. But we are very fortunate that nothing has happened. Our son is alive, still alive. So then they thought, okay, what to do with Putna's body? And Maharaj said, let's cut her body and burn her. When the Gopas cut her body and burned her, a very fragrant, scented smell came from her funeral pyre, Chita. So this is the auspicious nature of Krishna's pastimes. Anyone who gets in touch with Krishna, they become purified. So Putna achieved Golok Vrindavan, a place in Golok Vrindavan, which is very difficult to achieve, even for the demigods, what to say, demons. Putna in her previous life was the daughter of Bali Maharaj. Her name was Ratmala. When Lord Vamandev went to Bali Maharaj, so Ratmala was there. When she saw Vamandev, she felt so much motherly affection seeing him and thought how nice it would be if this boy was my son and I could breastfeed him. But when Vamandev got Bali Maharaj to promise him 3 pieces of land and he cheated him, he took his entire kingdom. Then he got him punished, bound up by snake ropes. Then he put his foot on his head and sent him to the Sutal planet. Then this daughter of Bali Maharaj became so angry. He said, if I had a son like this, I would put poison on my breast and kill him. So both of her desires were fulfilled in Krishna Leela, 5,000 years ago. Krishna's birth and pastimes, both are transcendental, both are auspicious. Hare Krishna. So we'll stop here. Shall we take some questions or comments? Madhu Prabhu. Madhu Kumar Prabhu, looks like you are muted.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam. Describing Lord Krishna's birth. There is also a wonderful verse, Mumuchur Munayodeva, which is made into a very nice bhajan by
So can you come a little near to microphone? Because I don't think I can hear you.
Now?
Yeah, it's better. Yes.
No, I was just saying that the 10th canto is full of verses describing Krishna's birth. And 10th chapter, 10th canto, chapter 3, verse number 7 and 8. Mumuchur Munayo Deva. Sometimes when we sing it, I've clarified a little bit, but I think it's not still clear in my head that all the demons who uh, ended their lives by Krishna's intervention directly. My understanding was they only get to Brahma Jyoti, not to Golok.
Okay. We were talking about Putna.
Or how does that work?
Yeah. Putna was given the position of Krishna's mother. So Krishna's mother doesn't live in Brahma Jyoti, does she? So then we have to conclude that she went to Goloka. So Putna certainly went to Goloka. But other demons who are killed, yeah, they had different destinations. Like Aghasur, Bakasur. Aghasur merged into Krishna's body. So in that way, you could say that they merged into Krishna's Brahma Jyoti. But Putna, she was sent to Goloka. And she achieved the same destination as Mother Yashoda. So nobody can become Mother Yashoda or Nanda Maharaj or Lalita Vishakha. They can only achieve the service in their mood. They can become the followers. So these are Ragatmika Bhaktas, Mother Yashoda, Maharaj. Others can only become Raganuga Bhakta. But Putana was given a special favor because she was not a sadhaka as such. She had come to Krishna to kill him. But because of her previous desire as the daughter of Bali Maharaj, Krishna fulfilled her desires. Then we find description of another demon who was also Bali Maharaj's son. His name was Dhenukasur. So Dhenukasur used to be Bali Maharaj's son in previous life. His name was Sahasik. When Lord Balaram killed him, according to Garg Samhita, a transcendental chariot appeared with thousands of servants. And then he achieved Krishna's abode. So in some cases, you will find that these demons were killed and they were sent to Krishna's abode. In some cases, you will find that they merged into Krishna's body. So different destinations for different demons. But normally when the demons are killed, they get merged in Brahma Jyoti. But we also have some special descriptions like Putna and Dhenukasur. They were sent to Krishna's abode. Okay, is that clear, Mother?
Yes, Prabhu, thank you. I think what you're saying is that they had the previous bank balance of good activities and desires
Spiritual balance.
To qualify them, and therefore, thank you, Prabhu.
Both of them have connection with a Mahajan, Bali Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj. So Krishna has special favors for them. And it's Krishna's prerogative. No, it's Krishna's choice.
So there is a great advantage in associating with pure devotee.
special favors. Okay, any other question or comment?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you very
Hare
much for
Krishna.
the class. The class was very nice. I made a couple notes here as well on the importance of like understanding and hearing from these gopis and how they've made so many nice points. And one thing I thought I'd ask, which is less of a philosophical question, or I guess more of a practical day-to-day question, is now in the lead up to Janmashtami, you've set the mood very nicely for us to absorb ourselves in consciousness of Lord Krishna. What things would you recommend that devotees do from now till Janmashtami day, and also after Janmashtami as well, so that we can deepen our absorption in Krishna consciousness?
It's a very important question, Sameda. I think this question will benefit all of us. So, Janmashtami, Gaur Purnima, Ram Navami, they are very special occasions. More we can serve, more we can hear, more we can remember, then the closer we come to Krishna. Because in these special festivals, Krishna's mercy is showering, and like the rain cloud. The mercy is showering like the rain cloud on Janmashtami, on Gaur Purnima, on Ram Navami. So we just have to go out there and absorb as much mercy as we can. Just by hearing, chanting, serving, and of course, fasting is an important part of our celebrations. And an act of devotion, Sri Rupa Goswami has recommended that these festivals should be celebrated very nicely. So I'm sure in Manchester you are all making nice arrangements for night services, hearing, chanting, and cooking. There will be different services. So services are equally important. So as much as we can absorb, as much as we can serve, this is just a chance. So going back to the analogy of rain cloud, it's a shower of mercy. Rain clouds are out there pouring mercy down. You just have to go and absorb. I was hearing Prabhupada Lilamrit. So on Janmashtami day, Prabhupada heard Krishna book. There were celebrations, and after the celebration, Prabhupada kept on hearing Krishna book. Up to 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and then around 2:33, the devotees started dozing. So then Prabhupada said, okay, we are all tired now, so take some rest. But this was what Prabhupada was doing. He was just simply hearing Krishna's pastimes, and devotees were reciting, reading from Krishna book. Many years back, I saw one devotee. So he had taken a kind of vow to read entire Krishna book. We can read or hear as much as we can. Even when we are doing service, you can use earphones and hear. So as much as we can hear and absorb, that will benefit us. And after Janmashtami, then we have Prabhupada's appearance day. And this year particularly is 125th anniversary of Srila Prabhupada's appearance. So we are very restricted in terms of celebrations, but we can do as much as we can to serve Prabhupada. Some special programs you can make. We got still 4 months of the year left of this 125th year anniversary. So we can make different kind of programs. And there is some good news coming from India, that the government of India is releasing a Prabhupada's commemorative coin, 125th year coin. So Prime Minister Modi will release on September 1st. So this is a good news, great news. And that coin is official Indian government coin, which can be purchased. So I think the price is some 5,000 rupees or so, but you can make some more inquiries. So that is some good news for us from India. But here, as we are living in the UK, different temples can make their programs. Bhadra campaign is coming soon.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Madhav Kumar Prabhu will announce something,
Yeah.
sponsoring Srimad Bhagavatam, and then sponsoring any sets of Prabhupada books. So I think in our own way we can make some attempt to please Srila Prabhupada. I remember Prabhupada's centennial year, 1996. It was global, it was massive, it was phenomenal. 1996, 100th year of Prabhupada appearance, centennial year. And there were so many programs all over the world, so many. Amazing. But this year we are very much restricted. So we can do whatever little we can do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sumedha, does that answer your question?
Yes. You said serve, hear, remember, and read, and then celebrate so that we can absorb, like a sponge, absorb the rain cloud of mercy. So thank you very much. I will definitely try and implement that in Manchester and in our own personal sadhana. Unless any other devotees have any other questions, I think we can hand it over to Radhamohan Prabhu and Madhakumar Prabhu for any other announcements that need to be made. It looks like there's no questions, I don't think.
Yeah, just a quick one. In terms of options available for devotees to absorb in Krishna's pastime, yes, we have the option of reading Krishna book in Srimad Bhagavatam. For Prabhupada's 125th birth year, in Manchester, we are trying to make available this Abhacharan series that Bhakti Charu Maharaj put together. Mm-hmm. It's a 45 episode series. Bhakti Charu Maharaj personally directed Prabhupada's life story. So that will be available in the form of a pen drive in English as well as in Hindi in the next couple of weeks. So devotees can relish Prabhupada's personal life pastime, enacted, directed by Bhakti Charu Maharaj. That will be available shortly as well.
It's wonderful, very nice offering. Can you make this available nationwide, too? Because many devotees won't even know that's
yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So that's wonderful. Really very nice opportunity to absorb in Prabhupada's pastimes. And of course, reading and hearing Prabhupada Lilamrit. In big temples, I've seen they read Prabhupada Lilamrit on Ekadashi day. Some temples do on weekends. So whatever time is left in the year, or at least for future, some sort of reading of Prabhupada Lilamrit. That is also very absorbing. And there's so much to learn from, so much to absorb. Prabhupada Lilamrit is just full of blessings. So that's another thing we can do. And devotees are very creative. They'll find different ways to become absorbed and get absorbed. Hearing chanting, reading, and serving. Serving is really important on Janmashtami day. Devotees take different vows to chant. Some chant 25 rounds on Janmashtami, some 32. So as many as you can do. And yes, Janmashtami is coming. So thank you all very much for giving us the opportunity to share some Krishna Katha with you. And we hope you have a wonderful Janmashtami coming. And we look forward to your association soon. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Someone, Prabhu, anything else? Just final before we go.
No, yes, better. The not important announcement. I think everybody knows our Janmashtami is on Monday. So there'll be a morning Mangalarti in the temple. So the program starts at 5:30 in the morning. So devotees who can make, they can come for the Mangalarti in the morning. When it's a bank holiday, so it's a good opportunity to start a Janmashtami right from the early morning. And our evening program will start at Jain Samaj, 7 o'clock onwards. And those devotees like to perform services, they are most welcome to perform those services. The Sunday we'll have the regular program starting at 11:30 in the evening, afternoon, till the 1 o'clock. So the normal program will resume. The class will be given by Dinbandhu Prabhu this Sunday. And I request all the devotees to come and take the part, a very enthusiastically in temple program to build up our consciousness for the Janmashtami. And of course, on Tuesday we'll have a Srila Prabhupada's Vyas Puja celebration at temple. The program will start at 10 o'clock. There will be Kirtan, Abhishek, the offering, the grand feast offering to Srila Prabhupada. We also read the offering of various senior devotees around the world to Srila Prabhupada. And on the following Sunday, on 5th of September, the whole Sunday program will be dedicated to Prabhupada's Vyas Puja. So on that day, there will be the Vyas Puja offering reading by all the local devotees in Manchester and around the country, those who will come on that day. So again, the Sunday program will be just dedicated to Srila Prabhupada's Vyas Puja. So on Tuesday, we'll be just reading the offering of senior devotees in UK and around the world. And on Sunday, we'll be offering our own words and appreciation of Srila Prabhupada on Sunday, 5th of September. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. Over to you, Sumit.
Thank you, Prabhu. That's it. I don't think we have anything else. So, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Krishna Janmashtami Maha Mahotsav ki
Ki
jai.
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 Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Raghupati Prabhu ki jai.